Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's session on NEET PG 2025 exam registration queries clarification. In this session, we will be clarifying all the queries that have come up till now and the regular queries that come up every year. It will be a long session. There might be only one or two queries that you have. In case you only have one or two queries, look at the different timestamps or look at what is addressed here, and you don't need to go through the entire session to get those queries addressed. We have already done two other sessions. One is on the major changes. There we have covered the exam pattern change, which is a very minor thing. The Aadhaar verification part, any confusions there, it has been covered in this major changes video. You can have a look at that video. And we've also have a separate session. We have had a separate session on correspondence address and test center changes, how to go ahead with your correspondence address information, etc. So also go through that information. That will help. We are not covering these, including the edit window changes is also part of the major changes session. We are not covering these in this session. We are covering this in we have covered these already, so we'll go ahead with the queries that usually happen. Here we'll cover a few pointers. MBBS marks calculation is also an issue for many candidates. ID proof, category certificates, payment failures, image document uploads, OBC, NCL or EWS or category related confusion we will handle in this session. First is a few pointers. If this slide doesn't interest you after reading through, go on to the next. That is the idea. Okay. Pointers, permanent address. It is very important that your permanent address is rightly mentioned. Note that this need not necessarily be your correspondence address. Correspondence address is the place where you are going to write your examination. That is what you would give as your correspondence address, including the pin code. Permanent address may be some states, not all states. Majority of states don't use this data at all, whatever be your permanent address. But some states use it for state quota eligibility. Like say, for example, let us say West Bengal has a clause at least which says that if you are claiming residence based state quota eligibility, your permanent address should have been West Bengal, is what this clause mentions. So please ensure that your permanent address is slightly mentioned. Whatever it is, wherever you are going to claim state quota, that is state government 50% seats or those seats which come under the state government quota, then there you mention the permanent address as that state because your eligibility is there. It is better to mention that state. Internship completion date 30th September. Many candidates have come up with a query saying I have not received the login details. The login details would have been sent through this email ID. You can search with this email ID in spam. You will be able to get that. PWD candidates, you don't need to go to the disability center now. The disability centers are not open now. There are around 33 disability centers where you will get your final counseling eligibility certificate for All India and other counselings. Right now, for the examination, you need to carry a disability certificate from a authorized person in your local hospital, in government hospitals usually, or UDID card. Carry both is what we would suggest. Non-editable fields after registration: the name, nationality, email, mobile number, correspondence address, test state preferences, and Aadhaar. Aadhaar for only those who are verified. We have already done it in a separate session. These cannot be modified once you complete the entire registration process. A final thing, whatever information you give in this exam, like your name, details, etc., and your category and other details, PWD, etc., that will only be carried forward to MCC's All India Counselling. Counselling happens as a split, right? One is All India Counselling and another is all state counselings. State counselings might use only some data. They might ask you to register again and change everything. States have different criteria, etc. But All India Counselling, none of these information can be changed later. For example, you give a mobile number and email ID, the same mobile number and email ID you will have to have for attending All India Counselling, otherwise you won't get your OTPs, etc. So you give a particular category. That category has relevance there. We will come to what can be changed, what cannot be changed, but that category can be relevant there. So those changes might not be possible. So please ensure that you give the right information. Category alone we are discussing later. We will come to that, which is OBC, EWS, etc. I don't know. Those queries we'll come to later. Now we're looking at MBBS marks calculation. Pretty straightforward. We have listed it here. First year MBBS examination, we have percentage of marks. Second year MBBS examination, percentage of marks. Pretty straightforward. You will calculate. We know that. Final year MBBS examination is cast. Final year would include the third exam that you took, third year or final part 1, whatever you call it. And the last examination that you took, which is usually called final part 2 or final examination. So that combined together, the percentage has to be taken, and aggregate marks is also asked as a fourth data point, which is sum of all marks obtained in first year, second year, final part 2 by maximum of marks in this particular thing. Not an average of all these, but sum of all marks by sum of by maximum of marks is what is required. We'll give it to you with an example. First year, let us say you have scored these numbers. Maximum marks numbers are just for reference. Okay, you might have a different number. Each university might have a slightly different number, but take this calculation into account. Let us say the total marks was 900 and first year 540 was what you took. Then it is 60% with 2 decimals, it will become 60.00. Similarly, if it is 910 out of 1400 for second years you will enter 65.00 nearest to 2 decimals. And final part 1 you had scored 550 out of 900, and final part 2 the total marks were 600, you scored 450. Obviously this is 550 plus 450 by 900 plus 600. Don't take this percentage plus this percentage and average it out. Sum up 550 450 which will come to 1000, and then sum up 600 900 which will come to 1500, and you'll get 66.6666 is what you will get. NBE has mentioned that you will not use digits beyond this, even though they have mentioned it as closing at 2 decimal points. They have not done it as 66.67 in their example, so put it as 66.66. And then aggregate percentage is again not summing up 60%, 65%, and then here whatever 66.66%, and then taking that average. Don't do that, it will give you a different number percentage because the bases are different. What you need to do is take up whatever you scored in all the 4 examinations total plus by total marks summation. So we have done that here, 540 plus 910 plus 550 plus 450 by 900 plus 1400 plus 900 plus 600. So that will come to 2450, and that will come to by 3800 total, that will come to 64.47. We wanted to do it for a long time, very simple thing, but we have been explaining, but still there are a lot of issues. Let us say you made a mistake in this, you already put up the combined percentages, no problem. There is a clause which mentions that this will be checked later, and in case there is an issue might come up, we would ask you to edit it at the edit window time. Please do that. You have an edit window where you will be able to edit this marks. Please do that in case you have done a mistake. The reason being, after checking, the tiebreaker criteria works this way. The total marks is the first tiebreaker, obviously. The total marks, the negative responses is the first tiebreaker criteria. Then negative responses in section A, B, C, D, E are the next 5 tiebreakers. Next is basically your MBBS mark. Even before your age, MBBS marks comes into picture. So if you have given a, let us say 80% when your actual one is 79%, you have an advantage because of an error or a mistake that you have done, which might be checked at a later stage. Whether it is checked or not, always better to be right, because they have mentioned it very clearly that you should give the right marks. Now next is general queries. We will move on to general queries. These are the queries that we are planning to address. One is on general name related confusions and MBBS qualification, date of passing and similar filling data related confusion, and then we have the ID proof and voter data to be provided for the ID proofs. In case you don't want any of these, you can skip this. First, name as an MBBS qualification certificate. I don't have my name exactly as in my MBBS qualification certificate as in other certificates. My name in MBBS qualification certificate has an initial, let us say Parthiban K. K is the initial. In all my other certificates, it is expanded as surname Parthiban Kumaran, and that is expanded, or I have a middle name, etc. And in 4 different certificates, I have 4 different forms: K Parthiban, Kumaran Parthiban, Parthiban Kumaran, and Parthiban K, and something else saying Parthiban KS. All are different. What will I do? Enter as in your MBBS qualification certificate. You usually put in your first name, and even in case you are not able to enter an initial in the end, you can swap it and then enter. It is not a problem. This is just to verify and ensure that you enter as per MBBS qualification certificate. Now, there are a lot of candidates who have come up with initial, middle name, surname issues between MBBS degree, Aadhaar, other certificates, etc. My mother's name, first name, last name is different, etc. All you need to do is enter as per MBBS qualification. Even if your Aadhaar, in case you have gone for Aadhaar verification, it hasn't matched, there is a difference, no issues at all. They will allow you to write the examination. Everything can be handled at the time of counseling, and in fact during joining itself. Not even during counseling. Counseling too, this is not a problem. Joining, you can handle it, and everybody knows that this issue exists for everybody in India. So no issue at all. If they create an issue, none of the candidates, 75% will lose their seats. So don't need to worry about it. They will address, they know how to address it. No office across India will create a problem. 99% or even 99.999% you will not have a problem anywhere, even including the exam. So don't need to worry. There are spelling mistakes in my certificate. Small spelling mistakes will be accommodated. If your spelling is changed completely drastically and you have done a gazetted notification on that, then you have to take it. But if your spelling is missing a letter or an initial, that is fine. You will be able to write the examination. Small spelling mistakes is right, but try your level best to change it according to your ID. When you go for the examination, you won't even take your MBBS qualification certificate. You will only take your registration certificate. So that alone is enough. Don't need to worry about it. Even if your registration and Aadhaar have the spelling, surname differences, it is fine. This is to give you clarity. Go ahead and prepare for your examination. Upload whatever is available. That's it. And under MBBS qualification details, date of passing. There is confusion on date of passing. Let us say you passed on February 10th, 2024, your MBBS examination, not internship examination, and you got your degree on March 26, 2026. Anything is fine. It is okay. This is only to get a reference from you. 2024, sorry, March 26, 2024. After 1 month, you got your degree. In your degree certificate, you have this. In your mark sheet, you have this as the last date of examination. Anything is fine. Not a problem. This happens again in the counseling. Also, this will happen. You can use any date, that is fine. You can use your degree date, or you can use your mark sheet date, or you can use the day when your results came in, that is also fine. AFMS confusion on priority. AFMS confusion, there is AFMS has priority 1, AFMS service medical officers, on to priority 5, which is civilian candidates. If you have nothing to do with AFMS, not a foreign sponsored candidate, not a paramilitary organization candidate, not somebody who has completed years of service through AFMS SSC, then you choose civilian for now. Mention yes and choose civilian. You can opt out of AFMS later. Even if you say no here, you can opt into AFMS later during the MCC counseling. All happens through a medical counseling committee's counseling process. This is field will not impact, but still we would suggest you to choose yes and choose civilian. Later, if you don't want AFMS, just don't fill those choices. That's it. ID proof. You're going to take an ID proof during for the examination, correct? The ID proof is an ID proof, not an address proof. So what correspondence address you put, what permanent address you put does not matter. Take your PAN, and the PAN does not even have an address. Clear? No worries. It is not an address proof. Don't need to worry about what address is there here, and whether it is the same that you gave somewhere in your registration, etc., etc. Nothing requires matching. All you need is, once your exam center is done, no address is checked at the examination center. You don't need to carry your correspondence address proof there. All you need to carry is one ID proof where there will be a photo, where they will check. In case you have mentioned Aadhaar verification, they might use a facial recognition software or UIDAS methods, but otherwise this is enough. You need to carry a photo ID. Voter ID, driving license, PAN card, passport are asked for during the application form. That screen, in that screen, you will be asked to say, yes, I have all these, and then enter the numbers and then the expiry dates if it is driving license or passport, correct? I don't have my driving license with me right now. It is at my home. Nobody will search and give it. No problem. Say no. Fine. It is not a problem. You are assuring that I am sure that I don't have a voter ID. Say no. It is not a problem. Any one of these you need to carry, right? And that is why they are asking these details. Enter yes at least for one and then go ahead, otherwise system will not allow. But no need to mention. I have an expired passport. You can either say yes and give the expiry date and it will not allow you, or say no, I don't have a passport because your passport has expired. No problem. You have any one of the others, you will be able to write the examination. Next we come to the category services certificates. OBC, NCL or EWS. This is a very important thing. If you are not concerned about the category certificate, you are only concerned about the academic certificate, just skip forward and then you can look at the academic certificates part. Category certificate, you have OBC, NCL and EWS. All the certificates that you are going to take for All India counseling for reservation. should be dated April 1, 2026 or later as far as OBC EWS are concerned. SC/ST certificates don't have that distinction. SC/ST certificates can be taken on in any state in the state form. State form is also the same as the central form. There is no difference. There is one SC certificate, one ST certificate format. All states follow that. If you take in any state, that will be available, can be used for center. But it is not like that in OBC and EWS. OBC non-creamy layer is a central certificate. We have done a video on that last year. You can have a look at it. And similarly, EWS has separate central norms and separate state norms. If you are eligible for these, then you have to get a certificate dated April 1, 2026 or later for All India Counselling. State counselings will have a different certificate, might have a different certificate. All India Counselling will have only, you will need these certificates alone. It is different from the BC, MBC, OBCA, OBCB certificates. If you are eligible as per central norms, then you can select OBC NCL here. It will be used only for All India Counselling. This field what you select will be used only for All India Counselling. Every state will ask another field. Like let us say I am EWS in state but not in center. I can choose general here and select EWS no, but in my state I can go ahead and choose EWS. So that is possible. Here select OBC or NCL or EWS as per central criteria. Now let us say I am confused. Last year I was OBC NCL, can I use the certificate? You cannot use. But if you are confident about getting that certificate, select OBC NCL if you are eligible this year as well. Do I need, so I am confused, what should I do? If you are confused about whether I will get a certificate, whether I don't know the eligibility, we would suggest you go ahead and say OBC NCL or EWS for now. I am confused. This is not to say you forge your certificates. If genuinely you don't know whether I will get an OBC NCL or not, because I am not sure about the salary, the final income tax statement has not come. So based on that, there will be a difference. EWS, I am not sure whether it will come because my asset value might be plus or minus. So those candidates can choose OBC NCL now. Don't worry about what will happen later. When you choose OBC NCL EWS, you are anyways eligible for gen seats in addition, other open seats in addition to these seats. So don't need to worry about that. Select this. Later during MCC's All India Counselling, they will give you an option to change this to gen. And you can change this to gen. So if you are confused about which category you belong to, always select that category that you wish to appear as, and in case later you don't belong to this category, you can move to gen and you will see only gen seats and you will be allotted only gen seats. Before the counselling itself, you can change this, before the allotment itself. But note that, can I take gen now and change to OBC NCL? Later in MCC's All India Counselling process, you can't do that. So better option, or you cannot change to EWS here or SC here or ST here. So better option, select the category that you think you are eligible for and then later look at all the changes. If in case you get the information before the edit window, then modify it. Otherwise, don't modify it. Later you will be able to change it during MCC counselling. Anyways, only with an OBC certificate somebody will get allotted. Otherwise, they won't be get allotted. Only with an OBC certificate you will be able to join. Otherwise, you can't join. So anyways, that check is there at the end. Next, do I need income certificates during admissions? No, you don't need an income certificate during admissions. Any institute asking for an income certificate is not following the rules, but some institutes might ask for an income certificate. Always better to get your income certificates, because anyways for OBC NCL application itself they will ask you this. But if you don't have it also, it is not a necessary mandated document. Your OBC NCL certificate itself says that somebody has to check the income and the authority has provided you the certificates. No institute will ask for an income certificate. In case your state has such a regulation, have a look at it. Academic certificate related, SC/ST certificates from any state is fine. It is a single document which is same for center and state. Academic certificate related queries, we are coming into academic certificate related queries. We are looking at MBBS degree certificate. Multiple queries here. I am having a provisional degree, that is fine. If provisional is not available, passing certificate, they've given you an attempt certificate which says that is this person has attempted and he has passed the final examination. Passing certificate, a passing certificate saying that this person has passed the examination but the degree is yet to be given, or degree passed the examination from your institute or from the university, or you have your pass results, that is also fine. Upload any of these. For FMG pass certificate is fine. In case your MBBS certificate is in DigiLocker version, you will be able to download it as a PDF and upload it. All these are fine. Anything which with a reference is fine. When you are going to the examination, I uploaded only my past screenshot, but I got my provisional degree. Take the provisional degree. This need not be the same as what you are taking to the examination. What you are taking to the examination can be different. Next, your MBBS Medical Council registration. Don't worry about the MBBS degree. Any form of reference that you have passed the examination is fine. Next, you have the MBBS Medical Council registration. Provisional registration is fine. Obviously, it is fine. Many would be provisionally registered only. Provisional registration is ending in July 2026. I have applied for new. What to do? You mention give the earlier registration and the application form as 2 separate pages. Put that as in one single PDF. Merge both the pages. Put that as 2-page PDF. Upload it within 1 MB size. That is enough. If your provisional registration as if your new registration as permanent registration has come up, or a renewal has come up before the examination, most likely it will happen. Take that. That is enough. Fine. You don't get your registration at that point. Your application form might also be accepted, but we always suggest that by the time you go for the examination, get either a provisional registration proper, which is not expired, or a permanent registration which is not expired. Okay, and just applied. I have just applied. Upload the application confirmation, either a mail you have received or an actual confirmation letter or acknowledgement. Upload that and then go ahead. Later take the actual certificate. Again we are saying during the examination, please take the right certificate. Right now for upload, anything is fine, correct? During the examination, take a provisional degree of MBBS or provisional registration at least. Change state medical council registration. I belong to a particular state. I have changed my medical council registration. I have applied and my current state has given me an NOC. I have gone to a new state. Which one should I use? Whatever is active you can use. If you have 2 state registrations which are active, anything you can use. Whatever will be active on 30th August you can use. That is always better. When you are writing the examination, you should have an active registration. If you have applied for an NOC and the old state has actually got your certificates, and they will the new registration will happen in 1 month. Right now give whatever is available, later the new registration you can take. So basically when you are going for the examination, as long as you take the right registration certificate, it is fine. During exam, take valid registration. It need not be the same as the one you upload. Any state certificate is fine. You are writing the examination in Kerala, you have a registration of Delhi registration. With Delhi registration you will be able to write the examination in Kerala. Provisional degree or provisional registration is fine. Okay, fine. This is quick. Wait for okay, sorry. This is the heading is not right. Okay, so payment is not refunded. Let us say there is a problem with payment issues. I think it is in the next page. Okay, payment confirmation is delayed, and there is a problem with payment. I paid the amount 3,500, 2,500 has been debited. I have a problem. Choice center is not first come first serve basis. You can even wait for 10 days from now and then complete your application form. You have enough time. You know that. If the payment does not come in at any stage later, then you can decide on 2-3 days, 10 days, or at least 1-2 days before the last date. Pay again. Excess fee will be refunded. NBE will definitely refund, or your bank itself would be refund if it is a failed transaction which did not go to NBE. Don't wait till the last minute, which is last 2 days. At least you don't wait just for this issue. Your payment of 3,500 additional is not worth the wait of last day where you miss out applications. We have had candidates who did not check the payment status as success, debited, therefore I assumed it was paid. Now what do? Don't be in this scenario. Get your payment done at least 2 to 3 days prior. Even if it is a second payment, do that, and payment status should say successful while printing the application form. If it does not say yes, then it means your payment has not been done. Take care of that. Other queries, uploads required. We already know the uploads required. We will quickly run through that. Photographs are required. 2 photographs. One is a passport size photograph which you will upload, which will be 50 KB to 80 KB. This you need to upload. Some candidates have had issues with face not being up to 70 to 80%, etc. No spectacles should be there. But if you have uploaded with spectacles and system has accepted, it is okay, not a problem. But if there is a problem, get it in white background. We have seen that any photo given with this parameters, whatever you copy paste into ChatGPT gives a proper image, and that when uploaded works, seems to be working. So just give this as a prompt, change this to 35 into 45 mm, 200 DPI picture with 72 to 80% of face and white background. All these, whatever they have requested, it gives you a pretty decent image. Try Gemini or ChatGPT, get it done. Webcam captured photograph. Some candidates have been facing issues saying that this webcam, the captured photograph is not right. Preferably use a laptop or a tab. Mobile, it is not working. Sorry that in our demo we mentioned that you can do it through a mobile. I think this year it is this year or possibly some last year they stopped this mobile thing. So mobile, it is not working. So you'll have to do it in a laptop or browser and a tab. With the webcam you will be able to do that. In case the capturing is not happening, it might be because of the background lighting, or in case your face is not more than 70% or whatever guidelines fully capturable for whatever reasons. Scan signature, you can again upload. Black and white, blue or black ink is fine, 200 dpi. My signature has initials only. Many candidates have said by myself I sign in initials only. My bank signature itself is like that, but system may reject that. We have seen some rejections. So you put in a new signature, it is also fine. It is not that they will be checking your Aadhaar card signature with that signature. Many cards don't have a signature. So don't need to worry about that. You can, in case system does not accept, at least in the right now you would have uploaded in the select edit window. This will say not accepted. Then put in a signature which is a long, just write your name with not being in capitals, but otherwise write your name and then sign it like this, practice it, and anywhere you go use that sign. This is not something that will be carried forward beyond the examination date. Not even on the examination date they will be checking this. Left thumb impression format, you can check the left thumb impression format. Blue or black ink scanned. This again, if there is an issue, then it possibly has to do with the scanning part. PDF uploads, correspondence address proof, MBBS degree certificate and medical council registration certificate, PDFs have to be uploaded. Here some candidates have asked whether Aadhaar front and back, should I upload both? Obviously, if it is correspondence address has to be there. So both front and back have to be uploaded. Medical council registration, like we said, we have already mentioned what all to be uploaded. In case you don't have your provisional or final degree certificates or provisional or permanent registration certificates, go back a few minutes, you will have the answers for that. Selective window is anyways available, so you can always edit all the data, and images you might not be able to edit, that will be at the end, you can always do that. The selective window is for images, that is from 30th July to 10th August. This you will have a image scrutiny tab for the first time this year. So here you will see whether the images have been accepted or not. Till last year you have to keep checking emails, spams were there, candidates they couldn't do anything, missed out, etc. This time after 30th July, please go check your images. All of them are accepted, then come back. And then converters, in case you need any compression of images, etc., you can also use these converters. PDF compressor is also available, you can use these links. Finally, the helpline is available, the helpline number is available. You can also go to the helpline portal. This is internally itself. You can, for refund gateways, you can register an issue over here. For all other queries other than application form submission or refund of transaction, you will have to use the NBMS portal. You can just search for NBMS communication web portal. This is inside the portal itself. First part. Second part, you can search for the NBMS communication portal. The first link, which starts with the exam dot, will be the link. You can use that. Official website is this. There is also a WhatsApp channel for the updates. This is a regular channel which is an NBE channel which will have all the information regarding all exams. You can this is not a helpline as such. This will be a notification following where you can follow the notifications. And finally, you can also correspond by post. By the time your post sees, they read you and everything, the registration will be over. So don't use this method. Modes of support as mentioned above by NBE. There is a better mode of support which is ZyNerd's Telegram groups, YouTube channels. You can always put your query. We might take at least 4-5 hours or 6 hours to respond back. We try our level best to respond in Telegram as early as possible, at least during this phase, which is very important. But you can also look at our YouTube channels for complete clarity on everything. We have tried to address almost everything. So next thing what we will do is, in case there are further queries, we'll run another session. Otherwise, I think this should be sufficient. Most of the queries have been answered. Please share it. We have our Telegram group here. You can join our Telegram group. Queries will be addressed. And during the entire process of counseling, till the counseling starts, this group will be active with all information on whatever information that is required with notifications, etc. And all the updates will also come in, and we try to answer as many queries as possible. ZyNerd will be there for you. Right now, prepare well. You have, let us say, maybe 50 plus days with you. Good preparation, a few questions extra will make a huge difference. Put in all your preparation, you can do it. All the best.